Now moving on to the next session of the day, which is our first panel session. And while the stage has been set up, let me quickly take you through what exactly this panel is going to be about and who are the eminent panel members who are going to help us understand about this topic and entertain us and also enlighten us for the next 55 minutes. So the first panel session is on digital transformation from manual to orchestrated procurement. And it is going to talk about on the different strategies used in procurement, the different strategies in terms of digitalization, the different strategies which is going to be used as a challenge mitigator, what are the new opportunities, and we have a fantastic panel of experts here. This panel is going to be taken over with our honorable panel moderator, and the panel members include Mr. Kunwardeep Sharma, Head of SCM from AFCONS Infrastructure, Mr. Mohan Kumar from Hero MotoCorp, Ms. Somali Jaiswal Sharan from Carrier HVAC, Tanmay Kumar Pradhan from Bioenergy Division, Yogesh Mahajan from SAEL, and of course Sachin Apte from Welspun World. And now, ladies and gentlemen, it's time to welcome the honorable panel members. So joining us first on the panel, and I want all of you to give a big round of applause. Joining us first in the panel, Mr. Kunwardeep Sharma, Head of SCM Project DC07 from AFCONS Infrastructure. Big round of applause to Mr. Sharma. Welcome to the stage, sir. Please have your seat. Joining next, we have Mr. Mohan Kumar, Section Head Procurement from Hero MotoCorp. A big round of applause to Mr. Kumar. Please have your seat, sir. Joining next in the panel session, we have Somali Jaiswal Sharan, Associate Director, Global Supply Chain, Carrier HVAC. A big round of applause for Somali ji. Welcome to the panel, ma'am. Please have your seat. Joining us next on the panel, we have Tanmay Kumar Pradhan, Head Logistics, Reliance Industries, Bioenergy Division. A big round of applause to Tanmay. Tanmay, welcome to the panel. Please have your seat. Joining next on the panel, we have Yogesh Mahajan, Chief Procurement Officer from SAEL. A big round of applause to Yogesh ji. Welcome to the panel, sir. Please have your seat. And now our honorable panel moderator, who is going to be the captain of the ship to take this panel ahead. Please welcome with a big round of applause Mr. Sachin Apte, Chief Procurement Officer from Welspun World. A big round of applause to Sachin ji. Welcome to the panel, sir. Please have your seat. So, wishing the panel members a great session ahead, and I think Sachin is going to be a fantastic captain of this panel. So all over to you, panelists, and looking forward to a great 50 minutes.
Yes, good morning everybody. All the respected leaders, dignitaries, it is a privilege to welcome you all on today's discussion on digital transformation from manual to orchestrated procurement. So digital transformation gives opportunity to move from fragmented manual work to fully connected and intelligent procurement ecosystem. So thank you very much for being here and look forward a meaningful insight session from you. So first ball of the first over goes to Kunwardeep. Okay. Advantage. Advanced analytics empower proactive procurement, but it is the required foundation shift in culture. What is the single most important step an organization can take to build a data culture where the insights are trusted, accessible, and actively used to drive the decision? Can you have?
Yeah, sure. It's a good question. Am I audible? Yeah, good morning. Very good morning to everyone. Basically, your digital transformation is basically based on three pillars: process, people, and technology. So, in order to have a data culture, data-driven culture, which goes through the process, you basically need trust and trust on the data and the accessibility of the data and its accessibility of the data. So the most important thing, according to me, what should be there is governance, data governance, driven by executive sponsorship. The executives of the company, the top management, has to involve in between so that people can come on board. Because the biggest problem what is faced in the digital transformation is that the team and the people who have to actually do the job, they don't come on board that easily. So to bring them on board, executive leadership has to come inside, and they have to push the people accordingly, and have to make an infrastructure so that people can go ahead accordingly.
Very good. So, he has explained it nicely. So next question I am asking, Somali. A cloud-based procurement platform becomes the standard, and what key factor should organizations consider when you scaling their operation, especially around the data governance, system, interoperability, security, and long-term agility?
I think that's a very great question. So first of all, let me thank everyone here, for being today morning. Everybody got up, we did the traffic, we did the AQIs, and then all here. And I think I can definitely see a great audience here, and all the supply chain veterans. I'm thankful to the Synnex group as well as all the partners and the enlightening panel members here. So I think from my organization, which is Carrier as an HVAC industry, so we represent 3 business units, which is like residential, which is like ready to customer. The other one is the institution-based customers, and the third one is which is commercial, or I say made to order, right? So it's very important when you have 3 different client needs, customer needs. It's very important that all your systems are integrated, right? When we as Carrier began our journey, so this company came in, got listed in 2022, and 2020, while we are I would say that we proudly tell ourselves that it's a 100-year-old company, but having a soul of a startup. So when we began this journey in 2020, when we got listed, we got to understand that we are dealing with a Herculean problem, right? So we have 28 plus ERP systems. We have 6 regions, 77 countries present. And to be honest, every difficult complexity which could have existed in the world was there in Carrier. So this company was grown just not organically, but also through inorganic growth, acquiring different companies, acquiring different businesses. So it was very important that while we are strategizing to integrate all these ERP systems or come up with a spend management tool as a simplistic thing which is required for any supply chain to actually just not see on cost, but actually deliver value to the business. So for that, the first thing which came in to the leadership was first that we need to embed the governance model while we are strategizing to come up with cloud platforms or integrate digitally, then eventually scale up because by that time AI was already in the talks, right? So while we were talking about how do we integrate AI and ML, but it was very important that we have that governance model embedded in our strategy, so that we can, when we scale up, then we have compliance, we have security, we have at the same time adoption of new technology. So it's important that, and I completely echo with you that the first thing is start small, right? Where you actually have the idea, and that idea becomes big eventually over a period of time. But then it's important that at the start you begin small, you pilot it, then you scale up across your territory, across your ecosystem, and then eventually the onboarding of executive leadership. I think that's very, very important. But for that, I also feel the cross-functional team needs to voice over that, look, so once you communicate to the leadership, you must also celebrate your small milestone. So this is, I would say that that's the important part. And the last part, I would say, when the team starts getting small successes, you scale this up while customizing the needs of the business. So one cannot go for a standard tailor-made solution which is available in the market. It's important that you tailor that for your need, customize this, and at the same time course correct. So a very simplest plan, do, check, act should be the mantra which should be going in while you scale up, while you put a governance model, you put a compliance around it, and then celebrate those small successes while voicing over this to the leadership. So I think this should be the foundation while we put cloud systems or any other technology into the supply chain model which the company works for.
Next is Mohan Kumar. Yeah. We hear a lot about AI, IoTs. Could you share a specific use cases where AI ML has delivered a clear, measurable impact on procurement decision making? Separately, how IoT-driven real-time data starting to reshape the tangible area like inventory management or supplier collaboration?
Thank you, Sachin, for asking this question. Probably the large-scale industry like which we people are representing, the automobile industry I'm from. So it's the Hero MotoCorp. And if you talk about the number of vehicles we are producing in a day, so you would be mesmerizing that 30,000 vehicles, motorcycle, two-wheelers we are producing in a day. So probably that question you are asking is very, very relevant to my life, in which why I'm basically daily surviving on. So first of all, this the Internet of Things and machine learning capabilities throughout the journey of this particular making this happen of a manufacturing plant, a capable plant. So just to understand and give a more insight about how it is important for a large scale industry. So it is just to bring the agility first, because without agility, without knowing the right traceability, you probably not have the right picture to execute such a mammoth production system or mammoth manufacturing plants. So, and the second thing's probably the compliance part of it, because in the day-to-day world, now you're managing from S to P cycle. Anjali Desai probably has given the more insight about it, and I fully echo with her how intricate processes are there. But again, to simplify, from a point of view, while introducing the IoT systems and taking the help of machine learning is basically need of an hour nowadays in today's world. Like I said, the example of, I would take an example that's coming in my head right now, that the product portfolio of Racket Bank Kaiser. So probably they are running with 25,000 plus product portfolio. And without the introduction of right set of automation, digitalization, and going forward, the system procurement system with this AI enabled, we probably not execute without helping and taking the right set of methodology from these kind of infrastructure. We call it as the orchestrated procurement. So that's how that implication starts from there itself. So the coming to the point, just take an example. Can I ask a question to the audience? So does anybody have an idea how many percentage of program is being written by AI agents and ML right now? Which was a decade back, probably we human beings used to write the programs. And for all good reason, the number is exactly surprising. The 62% of the program written on Java, C++, or Python is being written by the AI agents now. So you can see how our life is going to evolve. We need to understand very quickly how can we take that advantage to adopt that process. Vis-a-vis, there are number of plants in China, those who are working without manpower, and believe me, without manpower. Without a manpower. The only thing, the right set of the IoT devices which give you the information right there on the platform, and that information circulating along the globe. And one more insight just coming in my head right now. There are plants, by the way, in India, those are running without manpower. Anybody has any idea about the industry? I can give a clue. It's a gas manufacturing industries. And for all good reason. These folks are probably 100 years old and started their operation from USA, the company called Linde India. I visited their facility there in Dehradun. I was just mesmerized to see. I could only see 3 people. One was the plant head, and the second one was actually just taking the round of whole plant, called the maintenance supervisor and the security guard. And believe me, there were 3 people. I was just amazed that people are actually working without manpower. Their process of manufacturing gas, we could live and experience the COVID-19. They have, given the support to whole hospitality and hospital words, like supplying the oxygen gas, now the argon, probably the major constituents of Indian industry for doing welding. So that's how the very recent and live use cases, how we can evolve and revolutionizing that process of imbibing IoT's devices in our processes. And believe this is just not because of the saving the manpower. This is just because to increase the reliability, repeatability, and the more capable process. So coming to the part of inventory management, it's very close to my heart because in the large-scale industry of automobile, we have started a process called e-material flow, and that took inspiration from Maruti Suzuki. They implemented that system a decade back. So, and luckily, I was the member that time also because it's been a decade and more with the company. So they have started this process of managing mapping inventory in 2014. And Mr. Sachin, you could believe that every real-time inventory is being displayed at the warehouse manager's desk, and he could able to relate what all inventory we are maintaining and what is the level of inventory, what supplier has to do. And by doing and managing that whole mammoth and big large-scale supply chain, at every single plant, we do have the 6 manufacturing facility, and every single day, more than 150 trucks are actually hitting the docks of Hero MotoCorp to manufacture these 10,000 plus motorcycles in a single day. So every single hour, the corporates, those who are associated with the company, they actually have the right visibility and the window timing adherence. Like, you need to hit that much of a lot in a vehicle at 2:03 p.m. So these are the kind of a traceability out there in the market, and just because of happening with the help of IoT and sensor-based devices. A lot of RFID tags we must be, we must be experiencing the benefit of tracking and retrieving information, how this particular inventory flows out there. Considering the large-scale industry, that is also the important, because inventory is just not the inventory, it has a certain value. So their turnaround time, we call it as the inventory turnover ratios, are very quick, and you could able to assimilate the data. Now, in a journey of decade, we are actually experiencing the 30% less shortages. And they are the process. Number of rejections are also there in front of you to manage and note down the capability process of all the suppliers. Until and unless you are not knowing what is the process capability of a single vendor, you're probably not able to rely and release the schedule straight away. So by that automated data, you could able to assimilate their X bar, R bar chart. If somebody has the analytics right there and have the background of statistics, probably knows it better. We might get taken a deep dive as well to know more about how these statistics does actually work. Now, coming to another use case, Mr. Sachin, that the vendor onboarding process, there's a process called TPDD, that third-party due diligence. There are a lot of companies that are actually doing for you guys. And we took the advantage of one of such company, probably not advocating, but the company called Automation Anywhere. Right now, if you could see, there are a lot of reels of dance and everything is coming on the social media, but there are reels of the company called Automation Anywhere. And you could see that this TPDD, once you submit, not you basically, your vendor has to submit the data. First of all, you need not do anything. So thereafter, that particular the algorithm will check every point, and there are 30 key odd points which are very intricate as far as the financial health is concerned. So the TPDD is actually basically assessing from each and every angle how the vendor is basically performing and how that particular vendor is going to facilitate in your business. And believe me, it takes only 5 to 6 minutes to onboard that partner. If these all 30 checks are in place. Yes, that 30 checks part, probably that algorithm will give you the other certain risk on which you need to make the decision with a single click. That these are the potential risk or the potential outcome from that evaluation, which probably this AI-enabled power software was giving you the data. Another one, the another use case with a very great use case, by the way. The number of components which any industry is making, it was a human intervention before to inspect the component what they are making. Now, this is being done by the AI agents, sensors, and the cameras, by the way. So we are right now onto the path to imbibe and embedded that system. Then whatever the automobile we are manufacturing has a scanning capability with more than 50 cameras across the tunnel. That once the automobile just passing the tunnel, in fraction of second, probably the lead time probably 3 and 3.5 seconds, I believe, when the automobile is just passing the tunnel. It will give you a projection of number of defects, the present condition of the vehicle, including the engine parts. And that traceability is not left behind just to checking the automobile right there in place. Yes, we do have each and every component's tracking in which shift that component has been built and by which vendor it has been built. So from starting from manufacturing this process, we do have the laser marking QR codes. So it will not perish away within a second, or probably it will last for a decade or so till the automobile lasts on the road. So that's kind of a traceability system we do have in our mind, so that it would have a lively example to give a more benefit towards the strengthening the process of manufacturing, and vis-a-vis to have the right control set of as far as the financial is concerned. For example, the warranty claims and everything. Thank you guys for lending me your ears. I probably took a minute or so extra. Mr. Sachin, thank you.
Yes, your rich experience has guided a lot of audience to move forward.
Thank you
and
so much.
taking new initiative at their end also.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
sir.
So you are explaining that AI has come, and then as soon as the material come, you want to add some sensor so that AI or somebody will check if the material is rejection, they will segregate the things. I work for Toyota Motors Corporation, Japan, where we have developed a suppliers 100% zero defect product. So so there is no inspection at all. No inspection, no QC, nothing. Entire product come, fit to the 2 minutes before it first fit to the car, and we doesn't keep a single inventory in the car. As soon as it comes, we export the entire thing.
Very
So
nice
no zero
insights.
defect.
Very nice insights, by the way, Mr. Sachin. And that's how the CP and CPK of any particular process or component play a
Yes.
part.
Yes.
Then you need to rely on. If the CPK is tremendously high, it means your rejection rate, we called it as 6 sigma, where 6 sigma probably will give you the projection of 3.1 parts per million.
Yeah.
Is a basically defective components. But if again you are passing that limit, as Mr. Sachin said, so you need not to do the inspection of that party. You can straight away lift off everything, because now the process is capable, I believe.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. So Tanmay, this blockchain promises immense transparency, but where are you seeing it most tangible, real-world application in the supply chain today? Is it a sustainable sourcing, fraud prevention, or smart contracts? And what has been the actual ROI?
Yeah, thanks, Sachin, and good morning, everyone. So blockchain is the new buzzword. When I say blockchain, it means that it is a new network infrastructures where the data or the information is flown from different to stakeholders with the clear-cut SLAs, right? So it is a distributed ledger. When I say a distributed ledger, it means the data is saved in different computers. There is a real-time synchronizations. It takes very less times, and the hacker cannot hack these systems by entering one computers because it has been saved in different computers. It leverages a technique from mathematics and computer science known as the cryptography. So what is this cryptography? Cryptography is where suppose person A wants to send something to the person B, he has to sign digitally. So it is done privately but can be verified publicly. So later he cannot say that I have not signed, or he wants it to give a different pictures. So there is hardly any modifications. Yes, apart from that, with the blockchains, it reduces your procurement cycles. It is an automation process where there is a smart contract is involved. There is transparency, traceability, and the most important is the reinventing your procurement cycles, right? So I like to say a few examples how it is happening worldwide, even in India also. Blockchain can be, be the private blockchain, public blockchain, or can be a hybrid blockchains. So there's something called certificate chain. Many of the in India or maybe in the global, if you see, the government is doing rolled out various welfare schemes, where the citizens has to enroll. They want to claim their benefits. It can be, they have to submit their birth certificate, maybe the income certificate, maybe the caste certificate. If I'm say farmer, I have to claim this fertilizer subsidy, or maybe I have to buy the seeds. So I need to submit the documents. Earlier, what is to happen? They have to produce all this paperwork to the local district officer or the block officers. It need to be signed off, verified. Then they need to say that okay, this person is eligible, and that amount need to be credited. But nowadays, what is happening that in most of the countries, there's a clear-cut profile is there, citizens-wise. What is their income? What is their background? Date of birth, from where they belong, right? So the process is now very simple. Similarly, must be aware about ABCD, what is the academics blockchain documents. Nowadays, be a student or the various institutes or the employer, you can get a digitally verified copy of 10th or 12th class marks, be it the CBSE board or the state government boards. Apart from that, there are a lot of private MNCs that they are which are using this blockchain. Like say for example, Walmart. They are using this software developed by IBMs for their food supply chains. Just imagine when this mango is supplied from India to the Americas, what they used to do. They know what is the origin port, when it has been plucked, it has been the quality is certified by XYZ, what is the expiry date, right? So you just click the barcode or the link, you'll find each and everything. Apart from that, many companies who are into the health insurance, be it the AIG, be it the Prudential, be it the AIS, they are using the blockchains. How they are getting the benefits? You maybe know that these insurance companies, they pay almost 10 to 15% extra because of the fraud. When I say fraud, it is because of the extra amount claimed by their clients. It may happen that for one transaction, they maybe have a multiple claims, or it may have they have spent 1 lakh, or they may be claiming say 1.5 lakhs. So what they have done is they have the list of their clients, their profile, the list of the hospitals, doctors, and everything, and they all have created a network or chain kind of thing to avoid any kind of frauds. Similarly, many of the aviation industries, like say for example Singapore Airlines, they have a membership for frequent flyers. So what they can do is they can redeem these points. They are using these blockchains. Similarly, the British Airlines, what they have done for their safety, security, and the boarding experience, how to improve it, they have used these blockchains. Delta Airlines, they have used this to create this blockchain for the faster, better customer experience with the use of the chatbots. Similarly, if you see in India, the HUL they are using for their tea business. Many of the banks, like say ICICI Bank, SBI, Kotak Mahindra Bank, they are using these blockchains. So in nutshell, if you see for the use of the blockchains, what are the benefits where they are availing? One is the procurement cycle that has been reduced by almost 40 to 50%. As per the McKinsey, if you see the cost, the administrative cost is reduced by more than 15 to 20%. It's helping to take a decisions. It's helping to enhance the security part. But yes, apart from this, what are the things we need to take care so that it will give you the desired results? One thing is the first thing, the investment, the initial investment is a little bit high. Second is all the suppliers need to be onboarded in that. Third is the major hurdle is the integration with the existing ERP, where it is we find that it need to be customized. And the last and the last, not the least, is the change management, where people need to be trained for this new journey. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you very much.
So I think I completely echo with Tanmay, and I would like to give one example which played in our favor in our company. So same time of the year in 2024, when the US president got changed, and we got to understand that there's going to be a complete tariff headwind, which is going to affect the industry in a very bad shape. At that point of time, there was there were speculations that, so as carrier, we buy almost like $6 billion out of Mexico, and then we trade this to US. So that's like the manufacturing footprint is in Mexico, but then they eventually supply this to the US customers. At that point of time, there was a speculation that on all the Mexico purchases to US, there's going to be a 25% tariff. So it does mean that the entire erosion of the profits of carrier, right, at that point of time. But then, and at that point of time, the AI came to our rescue. So we have close to 7,000 suppliers, 7,000 contracts out of the Mexico suppliers. This would have not been possible humanly to read those contracts and understand the various tariff contracting which is there, right? So what is the different levels of secure which is available on terms of FOB rates, or what is the entitlement at suppliers end, what is the liability at our end. At the same time, we were also trying to check the different component types which are qualified to USMCA, and we would not be required to give any tariff. So we were talking, one, the complexity of country of origin, right? That is it Mexico or is it being imported from any other country? So we are like immune to tariff. The second is the compliance to USMCA, which definitely has to be read through contracts. The third is the liability at manufacturers end. And the fourth is what is the period of, like I would say, in case we went into a legal battle with the supplier, or we ended up closing his contract on account of tariff to pay, then what are the liabilities at our end and at his end? So we actually use the AI to read those contracts, and while they were reading it on those terms, they were also getting trained in terms of whenever the new contract come in, if there is something which is altogether a new thing to that particular component, they were trained to be more reliable. We were able to save time. We were able to predict better in terms of what is the exposure to tariff, and we were even able to put those action plans to mitigate those tariffs, which, like in terms of future actions or future procurement strategy, as how we need to move our footprint. So it end to end, it helped us best country cost sourcing, and this could not have been possible manually. So I think this is one use case which, as carrier, we were able to see the magic, or I would say the how AI can help procurement professionals to strategize how they operate in the ecosystem, given the world which we are in, right? Every other day we get to understand the headwinds of, say, copper purchases, spot rates of copper going up, right? Should we hedge, should we not? What should be our stand on Forex? How should we deal with headwinds of all these tariffs? So I think as procurement, this is, I personally feel this is very close to how this is easing, and I would say that it's not taking away jobs of humans from on important matters, but then of course helping us to strategize better. So the human element in supply chain and the use of technology is very, very important.
Yeah, just a small point to add on blockchain, because as being a blooming topic, there are some negative case studies to blockchain as well. For example, the Maersk shipping line and the IBM joined together for a blockchain setup for carrier, but the countries and the customs of some countries were not on board. I second to that what you were telling. So if the stakeholders are not on board, then the programs in blockchain do fail. So you have to be on board, and the network partners have to be on board for to push the blockchain and get its benefits accordingly.
Good, good. So, Yogesh? Yeah. So, as a procurement shift from manual task to the fully orchestrated digital workflow, what do you see the most critical evaluation over the next 3 to 5 years? Is it the technology itself, or a strategic focus it enables for the future?
Thanks, Sachin. Thanks, Synnex, for inviting me. Such a wonderful audience. Many faces are known. Like many old colleagues are sitting here. I can recognize many faces. And thanks for coming in such a high AQE environment. First of all, I believe what we are doing, like I'm from SAEL, so basically we are the renewable IPP, and we are touching 7 gigawatt of portfolio by coming months. So we are basically operating in solar and biomass thermal. Like biomass thermal is very important. Like we are handling almost 2 million ton of parali, which is causing pollution in Delhi and NCR. So that parali 2 million ton we are handling every year. Like we have around 12-13 plants, thermal plants, where we are burning parali in a state-of-art boiler and producing electricity. So that's our main. Like to handle such a large business, like our volume of buying is almost crossing 1 billion USD. Like we are producing almost 15,000 number of contracts every year, and to handle such a large contracts, currently we also have a very large team. But going forward now, we to make a things streamline and to make the things as per the compliance. Now what we are doing, we are putting up a agentic AI. Agentic AI is a little bit advanced than the normal AI. So agentic AI now we are putting in our operations, where that agentic can plan, can decide, can take a action, and also learn during course of time. So that's very important. So there are many companies in the world. Currently we are operating on Ariba, and Ariba is a little bit complex and not flexible, to adopt the AI features. So that's why we have to now, take the another agency to, integrate with the Ariba, and things make the things smoother and faster. So what at present what we are doing, like we already in touch with many companies, there are many solutions available worldwide, like Merlin and Coop and Digital X, who are offering agentic AI. And we are talking to them, and hopefully what I am saying in coming months, in coming years, that agentic AI can easily replace the entry-level jobs in supply chain. That's I think I can predict, because all the entry-level jobs can be taken care by the agentic AI. They can see the PR, they can release the PO, they can also negotiate, they can do the reverse auction, and they can also draft the contract, they can verify the contract, they can also verify the invoice. Like all the entry-level jobs can easily be eliminated in coming years, and the persons the team can easily focus on the strategy and doing for the next generation technologies. So that kind of things, like strategic discussions can be, team can put more focus on that. So that's, I think, I am just seeing for the next couple of years what is happening in the procurement. I think that's all.
Yeah,
Thanks.
That's so very good interaction with the team members. So just a few discussion, like Yogesh has explained very nicely about the digital workflow, shift procurement from transactional work to the strategic decision making. Technology enables speed, efficiency, deeper supplier collaboration, and long-term value creations. Somali has explained very nicely about help of AI for contract review very smartly. Then cloud success depending on the data accuracy, disciplined governance system, interoperability, and strong cyber security. A robust cloud foundation enables agility, faster decisions, and seamless scale up. Mohan Kumar explained very nicely about the AI improve forecasting, supplier evaluation, price insight, risk decision. Good example of Linde and vendor onboarding. Then IoT had real-time visibility on inventory assets, which have very nicely explained to the audience, and material movement together to deliver the smart and connected supply chain. Tanmay has explained advantage of barcode in Walmart, blockchain used by the British and Delta Airways very smartly, and ROI comes from fewer dispute, faster cycle time, improve the compliance, and enhance the trust. So there is some barriers I have seen here. One barrier, legacy system or pure data employee resistance. That is, that success need a clean data, strong change management, and using automation for routine tasks while human drive is a strategic decision. So thank you very much. If any question anybody want to ask to the panel members are welcome.
I think first of all, can we have a very big round of applause for this wonderful panel here? Big round of applause to all the panel members. I think great session, and yes, we have some time in hand, so we can take the questions. Yeah, I would request, sir, if you can introduce yourself, your organization, and question to which panel member.
Yeah, so I am Mrityunjay Mishra. I am from Reliance Industries, and we are into supply chain and logistics. Now, we spoke about the procurement. So my simple question is, what are the challenges? Because AI is there, other technologies are also there. So what is the challenges with the, as per any of the panel member can take this, what are the challenges you feel in the procurement industry which needs to be addressed? Okay, AI is there, ML and other algorithms are also there, but then still there are challenges. And we normally from operations we find that, you know, when you go for an order, it takes a lot of time. So how do you mitigate that?
Sachinji, if anybody would like to take the question.
Like the major challenges at present what supply chain is facing, like the speed, like from PR to PO, and normally if you go by Ariba, like you send the inquiry, you are getting offers, there are reverse auction, then there are a lot of discussions, contract management. So like this is the main challenge currently in the procurement, like from PR to PO. Generally for the large items it takes almost, sometimes it takes 3 months, 4 months for the large capex items. But with the help of like AI, these things can be like shorter. Like contract management is one of the main which AI can easily handle and can make it faster. The maybe month's time can be reduced to week time. So that's the one thing. And also the supplier onboarding, like during currently like a lot of ESG compliances are there, because when you have investors from like Europe and US, so you have to comply with a lot of ESG compliances. And choosing the right vendor is very important. So like we have hired many agencies like Deloitte and like KPMG who are like doing the audits for us. But still a lot of things which are not covered by them. So like if you introduce the AI in that, so you will get like knowledge or result maybe quickly, and you can judge whether the company is like meeting our ESG requirements or not. So like this is the main what I am facing currently.
Sure.
Okay, so I think I have 3 hypotheses at a ground level supply chain. The first is, as supply chain people, we don't trust data at all, right? We always know that there is a point of improvement, there is something which is lagging, which is expected to be delivered to the business. So I think as supply chain, we are expected to not trust the data, right? So that's why the data hygiene is very, very important. And that's where AI, when AI came in, every industry wanted to actually join that race of AI, right? That made us work on the data integrity. The fragmented data was made to come together so that as supply chain, we can trust that data. So that's my first hypothesis, or a like kind of a challenge we face. I think the second one which we face is the time zone differences, the consensus building challenges which we have both at the front and the back end, right? Every organization wants to be on the global map. So eventually, which makes us exposure to that, the suppliers are also at a different globe located. There is that like people coming from different mindset, not so prone to changes. And of course, the consensus building is definitely one of the biggest challenges supply chain. And the third is, as supply chain, we definitely want to be the best planners, but we are not. Every morning we come up with one or the new challenge which we have never expected, never speculated, be it, say, headwinds of trade, like be tariff, or be it the Red Sea crisis, or maybe the ramp up of production, or maybe the competition launching a new product and taken you by surprise, right? So you are expected to run and get a new product on board and maybe crunch that whole cycle of say 12 months or 18 months to maybe 3 months, right? So I think these are my 3 biggest barriers as supply chain working at the ground, that which makes each of our lives the most miserable it can, but maybe at the same time give us that glamour which we would have been not getting it all through the time, and maybe last 5 years the supply chain has got that.
Right.
I second to that what which Somali has told. One more thing which most of the procurement professionals sitting here would agree, that most of our end users exactly do not know what they want. Yes. Which everybody must be feeling, because I think what I have told is something which is in heart of every procurement professional or SCM professional sitting here. They exactly don't know what they want, and there is a huge amount of agile atmosphere which we have to face daily from morning to evening. So that's the thing. So that's the answer, I guess.
Can I add on a few points? Fortunately, I've been part of both sales marketing in the earlier assignment, then moved to supply chains. The morning, everyday morning starts with the 3 functions: sales and marketing, manufacturing, and the supply chain guys for the number actually, right? Marketing will say something, manufacturing will say something, operation guy will say something, right? So the trust factor has to be there. That is the first thing which we need to take care. Second part is, yes, many companies, they have implemented various softwares, but that integration has to be there, number one. Number two is, what about this scalability? Today I have implemented, today my turnover is X. Maybe after 1 year or 2 years, it may be 10X, right? Is it capable for that? Is it capable for customizations? That we need to look into. Yes, while we are going ahead for all kind of, sophisticated softwares, are my suppliers or partners, are they trained? Many times what happens, when they submit the bills, you will find that it is not as per the desired format, right? It will bounce back, right? So they need to be trained. And the most important is the change management. You will find people who will be interested to go ahead. There will be some people who will be there, just pull out, right? So that is, they are part of each and every companies. So that needs to be taken care. Yeah. Thanks.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, panel members. And now I would request the panel members to kindly be on stage.
Excuse me?
Yeah.
Another question from here.
Oh, sure. I think, please,
See,
sir.
with the wealth of experience, I have seen one dramatic change in the sourcing area. Earlier, you all used to do purchase. Now you people are sourcing. There is a huge difference between these two. There is a mindset change required for this. I request you all, because I have more than 3 decades of exposure in technology side helping procurement. I want 2 or 3 of you to share your experience for younger minds. What are the difficulties you faced in changing over, adapting technology, number 1? How you have corrected yourself to acquire the right data, number 2. Number 3, how you failed fast. It is not possible that whatever you do will get success. Share your failures if possible.
Right.
So this is a very, very, very good question, and which everybody has to think into it. So as far as the delays are concerned, what another question has been asked. So this is basically a situation where every procurement professional is basically fall into it, and absolutely that's my answer to that. Because since we somewhere and another is stick to the process what we have set 10 years back, I believe. So we doesn't want to leave all those processes. Probably we think that these processes are more compliant, more auditable documents, doing and gathering quotation in a row, doing the negotiation, having the records in place. So probably that the traditional method. The mindset we need to have the unanimous opinion to leave from that mindset towards going and adopt the AI enabled process. Yes, but the reason while you are going to adapt the AI enabled procurement process, there are humongous, I'm telling you, there are humongous options right there in front of you, and the strategy is failing faster will come into play. Once we have started that, just to address the simple question, the delays are happening. Every single user probably will ask from a procurement professional that the delays are happening. And while you are addressing all those delays, so there are strategies in place. You do and have the buying in place through making catalogs, to adapt the guided buying in place, just some sort of digitization, and you can get the easily answer how Amazon is basically delivering 2 lakhs product in a day, and that too with a very rare rejection rate. Somewhere or another, they took the challenges and come from the traditional method of buying, and still, don't you think then price is not getting changed for all those products on a daily basis? The answer is yes, the price is changing, but still they are maintaining the tempo. The answer is just to fail faster, adopt, try different methods, and get to take the flavor of failure and move ahead to adopt the right strategy or right tool, which we can solve your problem, I believe.
I'll one example tell you recently. This one in the steel plant, we used to buy mill scale. Mill scale is a scrap material for the milling. So before I joined this organization, they are buying, and then a lot of steel is coming in the mill scale. So every time a breakdown, conveyor belt breakdown, plant closed for half an hour, 45 minutes, routine. So earlier what happened, one is procurement. I'll tell you the difference, procurement and strategy. Procurement, as soon as the PR come, buyer send the 3-4 inquiry, take the quotation, check with the user department, technical recommendation, do the negotiation, place the order. This is standard. Like strategic sourcing, I explained, before I joined, I had digged out the data of 7 years. What is the mill scale movement every 7 years? So I know which month and which month the rate comes down. So 7 years data I have done it. So I come to know regarding in the month of July or August, when the rainy season is there, that is the right time to do annual rate contract. So same procurement was going on with Welspun 90 crore rupees mill scale. Same I have done with implementation of strategic sourcing with 72 crore with the same supplier. 18 crore directly saving with the only strategic sourcing implementation. Which time you have to buy and which time. And annual rate contract for 1 year I have done it.
Thank you, Sachinji, and I think we are short on time now. So thank you so much. A big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen, once again for this panel. And now to felicitate this wonderful panel of experts here, I would like to call on stage Ms. Anjali Desai from Zaggle Zoyer. Anjali ji, if you could kindly do the honors of felicitating our wonderful panel of experts here. A big round of applause to Anjali ji as well. Welcome on the stage. We'll start first with the felicitation of Mr. Kunwardeep Sharma from AFCONS Infrastructure. Can we have the certificate, please? A big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen, to Mr. Kunwardeep Sharma for his wonderful contributions in the panel session. Moving next to Mr. Mohan Kumar from Hero MotoCorp. A big round of applause to Mohanji for his wonderful contribution in the panel session. Moving next to Ms. Somali Jaiswal Sharan from Carrier HVAC. A big round of applause to Ms. Somali for a wonderful contribution in the panel session. Moving next to Mr. Tanmaya Kumar Pradhan from Reliance Industries Bioenergy Division. A big round of applause to Tanmaya sir for his wonderful contribution in the panel session. Moving next to Mr. Yogesh Mahajan from SAEL. A big round of applause to Yogesh ji for his wonderful contribution in the panel session. And now our honorable moderator for the panel, Mr. Sachin Apte from Wellspun World. A big round of applause to Sachinji for not just moderating the panel, but also for his valuable insights. I would now request all the honorable panel members and the moderator to kindly step forward for a group photograph, and Anjali, if you could please join them as well. So ladies and gentlemen, that was our first panel session of the day, and we had a fantastic 50 minutes of brainstorming, a lot of questions, a lot of Q&As, and valuable insights being shared by this expert panel of experts here. And that was on digital transformation from manual to orchestrated procurement. Thank you to all the panel members, thank you to the honorable moderator, and thank you, Anjali, for doing the honors.